Hi, this is Robert with Robert's Active Retirement. I filmed a video right here yesterday from my patio, and I took a walk. Went down the street and went to a hiking trail we have in a community. We got like 8 miles of hiking trails, and I went through there and I went down to the river, and they've just recently restored our river in order to protect our bridge. We have a wooden bridge. I just felt that was very special, and I was trying to name the video this morning. I thought, what am I going to name this video? Wooden bridge or river restoration? And it just came to me, no, it's about nature, enjoying nature, and how special that was for me personally to walk out my door into nature right from my house. So I would just say, if you're looking for a retirement home, maybe that's something you need to think about. I mean, I have a nice wooded lot here, just backs right up to the woods. But in addition, you'll see, follow along with me on this hike I took yesterday, and you'll see how special that is, Mother Nature. Just keep in mind when you're looking for a retirement home, Mother Nature. Let's go take a walk. And I'm going to walk right from my house. This is a 350-acre community and located in the woods. And this is my backyard here, actually, where I film right here on my deck. And I think normally you see this section over here. Yeah, you see that shot there. That's where I stand right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take off. It's in the morning. It's 44 degrees out here. I'm kind of having my coffee here to finish it up. So let's take off. And I'm going to show you a couple of things. We'll walk to the nature trail going down and end up in the section I'm going to tell you about. That's a hidden section nobody really goes to. I'm going to walk right on down between the houses here. It is true that houses in a 55 community are close together, as you see. There's my house, there's the neighbors. The backyard is terraced, and you don't even see the neighbors, which is a wonderful thing. And we go right through here, back to the driveway. And it's a nice sunny day. Hear the birds. There are birds all over the place. I'm just going to walk up the hill. I don't have to get my car here at all if I didn't want to. Just about for recreation, hiking, that sort of thing. So it's only about 125 yards to the trailhead of the neighborhood, and it's absolutely amazing to have like 8 miles of hiking trails right at your front door, basically. People out walking already Saturday morning. What is it, 8:30, something like that? Anyway, see, for my front door right here, this is the first trail. See the trail? So that's where we're heading to. This is just the access to the trail, 9 miles of trail. And I'm going to flip this camera around, so I'll be right back. So I'm back here. This is the trailhead I was telling you about. And we're just going to go straight ahead, take a look, and see what we can see. This is just a shortcut to the area I was telling you about, the hidden area. But you get to see some of the trail here. I may not show you the whole thing, but I'm going to keep the camera going because there could be some deer in here. Last time I went through here, there's a deer that jumped up in front of me. And it's amazing how fast they are. They can jump like 4 or 5 times and they'll be out of view. We've had some flooding here lately, so this part of the trail you can see kind of washed a little bit. Okay, I got the camera focused and tilted correctly this time, I think. Takes a while. Anyway, look at this backyard over here. This guy's backed right up to the woods, like most of us do. He's got a trail back here, but you can see he's got a very natural backyard. So that's the thing with the locating in the woods like this, you're just back up to a very natural area. And you can hear nature with the birds already. And there's all kind of wildlife out here. And I'll explain a little later why that is. And we're going to take a look at a river also, river restoration project they just did at a cost of $1,100,000 special assessment. And we thought it was worth it. And I'll tell you why. But you kind of go down through the neighborhood back of the houses here, getting to the special area I'm telling you about. Yeah, the trees fall here. They just leave them there. Let it recycle naturally, of course. And this is a little. We're in the North Georgia mountains, so you got these little streams like this, little pockets of water between the mountains. We're actually in the North Georgia mountains, northeast Georgia. Is South Hall County, which is right on the edge of the metro Atlanta area. We've got a person here that goes around and marks the trees. This one's come loose on one side, but it's a yellow poplar tree. It's a big tree. And they have a very active trail club here. They have take hikes in the subdivision. I'll call it the community. They take hikes in the community once or twice a month, I believe. And sometimes they even go outside the community to other local parks nearby. And they have a group walk. And it's kind of like more of a, it's not a exercise walk. It's more of a nature walk, hike. And they have a good time identifying different things as they walk along. I did it a few times. I'm more in the exercise group. So, once in a while it's kind of nice to take your time and just enjoy nature. And you can see how you could do that real easy out here. We've had a lot of rain this spring here. Maybe a lot of the country has had storms. Some of the trees are down. But you can see the moss there. Look at that brilliant moss there. Wow. Amazing. Very nice. This is a gimbal I've got. I only used it a few times. I like the gimbal. Rob the Mariner told me about this gimbal, this type of gimbal. I think he uses a tripod, but I guess the walk and talk method that's used by several YouTubers, Retirement with Steve, I watched one yesterday and it kind of prompted me to get out here and, wow, look at that wall there. They did put a retaining wall in there, didn't they? That's a big wall. Wow. Reinforced with rebarb. I think last time a deer was right up there. You can actually see the top of a house up there. Well, maybe you can't. Yeah, they did a very good job of keeping your privacy here in your home, even though it backs up to the woods. It's very private, in the backyard especially. Here we come upon a little utility easement, and I'm going to touch on that later. Okay. So you got one tree down here, a little tree. Maybe that can right itself and grow up straight. You see those where they go off to the side and they still living like that one, and then they correct themselves and start going straight up. Hear the birds? And this trails is, like I said, 8 miles of trails. They do, of course, when they're selling the community originally, pointed that out, and that was a unique feature. But you know what? I don't think most people really realize, how nice that is. These days, they seem to just almost clear cut this trees, even though I thought there was an effort not to do that. But I've seen quite a few that didn't have too many trees at all. And to me, I don't know that I fully valued this setup we have here. When I bought, you know, you look at the house, you look at the community, you look at the amenities, you know, the ball fields and the clubhouse and things like that, but you don't really look at, you know, the back roads like this. You know, what kind of plant's that? Kind of interesting looking. They have a lot of different vegetation growing around here. Yeah, they've taken some easements, some drainage situation there, the drainage pipe coming out there. All the water flows down here to these different little creeks all around the community. We're in the mountains. You probably can't see the elevation, but all these little creeks empty into the Mulberry Creek, which is right in front of us. I'll show it to you. And then that turns into the Mulberry River, and I think it merges with Deaton Creek, and the name of the subdivision is the Village at Deaton Creek. So we're just about there to the hidden area I was telling you about. Right on down here. And you can kind of see there. See how deep that is? So it's been there a while. This is old land. On the other side of the road, they have some really old trees. Of course, they have old trees here too. Like I said, here's one. What is that? Northern red oak. And that's a big tree. Let's see if we can take a look at it. Yeah, it's pretty big. I wouldn't want to get hit by that tree. If it was windy, I wouldn't be out here, I'll tell you that much. No, it's not worth it. So, you know, that's where we came from. So the path is pretty good. It's not gravel or anything. It's just natural, but the walking trail group does keep it up. They come around and after a storm and go through and clear any limbs or anything like that. Look at that one. The tree has grown over the nameplate. How about that? The community is 15 years old now. We moved here about 8 or 9 years ago. American beechwood is what I would say, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know for sure. See what it looks like. I love that bark. That's a beautiful tree. Look at that. Beautiful tree. Oh boy, that's very nice. I like that. Okay, here's the area I'm telling you about that people don't go to, they don't know about. And well, the main reason is that they don't come here is you can't get down here unless you go through the woods like I did, or, well, there's really no way to get here. Even though it's a wonderful section of our community. And let's go this way first. We're going to go this way, but before we go that way, I hear some rapids down here. Let's go the other way. This is a little tricky on this gimbal. First two or three times I've used it. Hi there. The road is a easement road, I should say. This is the easement, and I guess there's a little brook there. Hear the water? So that empties into that. That empties into that, and you can't see it yet, but you will in a second. But the river is right over there. Parts of it they call the creek, and then it turns into a river. And I think the reason is because it originates here. South Hall County, Georgia is where we're located. This is, the mailing address is Houston, which, you know, that's a way away. They just name it that way because of the post office. But it's actually Brazelton. In fact, you go right outside the gate of the community and there's 5 counties that come together. 5 counties. I don't particularly like that, but it is what it is. Look at the wonderful landscape here. The colors. Look at that. Grass, golden grass there. Hear the sound. This is, oh, got some dogs in here. Oh, yeah. Oh. This looks like a sewer thing. And I think, and there's one down there. So I think this is the utility easement because of sewer lines go through here. You know, the homes are back up there on the top of the hill, and you got these down here, but they've got a nice road here in case they need to get back in there. And let's hear the sound. Let's go check the sound out besides not the dogs, but the rapid sound. I'll make sure I don't step on any snakes or anything, huh? They do have snakes here. Most are black snakes that are not poisonous, but they do have copperheads, and those are not too good. There we go. Now this is the creek. This is the creek. Okay, so that's kind of where it starts here. Like I said, it originates here. I don't know if it starts with a stream or exactly what. Let me give a camera level here. Hope you don't get dizzy if you're still with me. So this is the undisclosed area. This is the beginning of it. You'll see it's a long ways down. And I got a feeling it's going to be more people discovering this area. But I would say we have, 1,150 homes here. You know, we have about 1,800 people because there's some singles. And I would say 90% of the people haven't been here. I have never been down to here. So it's kind of nice because hardly anybody comes down here. Now there may be some more people because they have a river restoration project, and I'll tell you all about that in a few minutes. That's one of the reasons for today's walk. The Mulberry River Restoration Project. Because that's where we came. That's where we just cut through there. And you can see the houses up there now. Whoops, sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's the trail we took here. And I guess this could be officially part of the trail system to walk on the service road like this. But such a great road. You know, I filmed here a couple of times. One about the benefits of walking alone. I believe I did that right here. Okay, back on the trail here. I think this is probably about half a mile or 3/4 of a mile to the river project I'm telling you about. But again, there's all kind of wildlife here. This is called the Mulberry Creek, and they say it's because it's named after the red mulberry tree. Now here's a big tree. Let's see what that thing is. That's a white oak. A white oak. This tree here. White oak. Let's see if I get this thing turned around. Sorry about that. There we go. Get back on the trail. In a community of older people, I got to use that word cautiously because I'm 77, but a lot of people have mobility problems and they couldn't possibly get down here the way it has been. But there's a new river project, restoration project, that I'm going to tell you about right around this bend here. And I look forward to seeing it myself. That's been done, and it opened up access a little bit, and more importantly, brought attention on this area down here. I wish I knew which one the red mulberry trees were, but I'm not quite sure which ones they are. Red mulberry trees. They say they attract wildlife, and I know back of my house, I have seen deer many times. I haven't seen a black bear, but my neighbors have, and my neighbor's bird feeder was torn down by a bear, black bear. Not a grizzly bear, but a black bear. And I had a camera, one of those Ring cameras, and I put it on my patio, and I got some great footage of a raccoon coming up and staring into the camera. They're so cute. They're so cute looking. But they're not pets, and they could have rabies or something else, who knows. And then you got the possums. Have you ever seen a possum? Normally you don't see them in the daytime. Again, look at the grass. That's really amazing. I love those grasses like that. Possums are just flat out ugly. They are. But they say they're good. They eat snakes or kill snakes or something, and rats and all kind of stuff that you don't want around. Now, what we're coming up on is one of the two things I wanted to show you. First thing was this road here, this area. And then you got the wooden bridge. And this project was done as a restoration of the river, because the river goes under the bridge naturally. And they wanted to make sure the underpinnings of the bridge were not washed out when there's a big flood. That river really gets going, and they want to make sure the wooden bridge was stable and secure. They've done a great job in this community of keeping things up, so that's what they wanted to do. Avoid problems. You know, the best maintenance always is preventive maintenance. River restoration, and what they did was all this growth and everything was up to the river. The river would flood, and what they did was dig out the channel of the river. They call it the river down here because I guess all the tributaries empty into this. I'm going to go right through here a little bit and let you see the river a little bit better. Okay. So, wow. Here we go. We're not able to see this river before. Now you see the river. Isn't that amazing? See the job they did terracing everything? So they cleared out all the brush and everything and dug out the channel to make this deeper. And I saw the caterpillar with a bucket right in the middle of the stream digging it out when it began. And the purpose was to keep this thing in the channel, because that bridge up there, you probably can't see it with the sun, but that's what the purpose of it was. But it looks like to me they really came up with something here that we didn't know we had. We didn't really know we had a beautiful river like this. I mean, we knew it, but it was covered up. You know, if you can't see it, you can't enjoy it. I can imagine putting picnic tables or something out here. I mean, this is really an asset. Very nice. And then it disappears back in the woods again, just like it was all the way to the bridge the same way, and you couldn't see it. Now, this has just been completed. They're still working on the landscaping of this thing. There we go. They got it terraced over there. And there's a walking trail on the other side of the bridge that heads right out there, so you could have access on that side as well as this side. So not only that, to enjoy this side, this view and everything, they've opened up access up there to the road where it's kind of a steep incline. Let's go take a look. Here's where it connects to the road here. And here's the bridge. Let me show you the bridge. I can't leave you without showing the bridge to you. So the bridge is down here. And this connects the front side of the community to the back side. So phase one, they built all the way up to the bridge. There was not a bridge here. So they started the community in 2006, brand new. And there was no bridge there. And so they built the first part, then they built the bridge. And they got the bridge there. So isn't that a gorgeous bridge? It's a wooden bridge. There we go. It's a wooden bridge. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit there and you can see it. And it connects the front part to the back part. Now, when big trucks come in here, like moving trucks, they won't let them go across the bridge. Yet they have a front exit, main exits that way, and the rear exits the other way. And they have to come in the appropriate exit and not cross that bridge. But so I'm not going to walk too much further because they put new grass out here, but they shored up the footings of the bridge. As you can see, put gravel, so they're prepared for a storm. When it really rains, this river really gets going. It actually has some rapids on the other side. So this is new grass here, but yeah, that's the little sort of steep, but for most walkers, that's not a problem whatsoever. Anyway, I'm going to head back out of here before I get in trouble. And I wanted to thank you for walking with me this morning. I enjoyed it. Got out of bed early this morning, got a cup of coffee, and enjoyed the walk myself. So I'm going to come up with part 2 of Robert's Walk and Talk, and we'll look at the back of the clubhouse. We'll look at the river restoration project over there as well. Please make a comment. Let me know how you like this type of video. And do you like walking out in the woods like this yourself, or do you mostly keep on the paved surfaces? All right, catch you later. Thank you.